Okay, so hello everyone, and today I am going live on both my Facebook and Instagram together. So I'll try to manage both my audience, and so bear with me in case there is any difficulty which I face because it's the first time I'm doing it. And today's topic is really interesting, how to face difficult times. I think it is something challenges and difficulty is something which we all face, and it is a part of our life. We can't undo that, we can't avoid that, but how do we face it, how do we courageously face it, that is very important. We might be having a any kind of stresses can be there in our lives, be it a loss of someone, or some relationships falling off, maybe a friendship or a romantic relationship, or it can be like a completely different stressor which you are facing in your life, whatever you are struggling with. But what is very important is to face it. Now, it definitely does not come easy, but how do we face it? The first and the foremost thing which I have realized is to face any situation in our lives is the acceptance and the acknowledgement. Most of the times, we don't even acknowledge that we are going through a certain feeling, that we are experiencing something, that denial is always there. So, first thing is acknowledging our feelings. Otherwise what happens is we just keep bottling it up. We whatever our emotions are, whatever our feelings are, and then suddenly one day there is an eruption, a volcano which comes out, and by then a lot of damage is done. So first and foremost is acknowledge your feeling. It's okay to not feel good. It's okay to go through uncertainty, go through difficulties, but please acknowledge it. Have that courage. So the first step is acknowledging and accepting your feelings. But it does not just end over there, right? Acknowledging it is fine, but you need to move a step further. And how do you do that? Please share it with someone. Now, everyone might not have a friend or a person with whom they can confidently share it, or pour their heart out. Best thing is write it out. Most of the times writing solves half of the problem. Just vent it out on a piece of paper. Nothing can be better than that. We will realize that once you have written it, you know half the time the problem is solved then and there, because it gives you a completely different perspective, or it just releases so much of your emotions that you instantly start feeling better. So the best thing is just write it down, or just share it with someone whom you are confident of, or whom you know that you can place your trust on. So share it, feel lighter. Sharing always makes things easier. But again, the thing does not end there, because at times the situations which we are facing is even bigger, and just accepting and sharing does not solve it, or does not lead us to where we want to be. So the third and the most and the very important thing is to take action. Now, in order to take action, it is very important that you separate yourself from the situation. See yourself differently from the situation. You are not the situation. Most of us, we get so engulfed in our problems, in our situation, that we feel that we are the problem. Please, we have to understand that we have to separate ourselves and see the situation or the problem from a third person's perspective. And the moment you do that, you will have a completely different outlook. See, so it's very important to to separate ourselves, not get too much entangled in our situation and the problem, and shift your thinking. From why is it happening with me? The question has to be what is the best you can do in the given situation. The moment you do that, You will have no more problems, but the solutions. Because we always think, we are in the victim mode and we duck our heads in the sand, and we just love playing victim mode, that why is it happening with me, or how is it happening with me. But the moment we change our perspectives from why to what, a lot of things changes. You start looking at the solutions. There's a very famous line by author Robin Sharma, and which is something which I can really relate to. He always says that heroes are built not in times of ease. Heroes are built in times of storm. So I think this is so true and perfect. When the situations are easy, when the things are easy, we always tend to get complacent, or we tend to take things for granted. It's only when we are put in a challenging situation, when we are forced to face something which we were not expecting, when there is a drastic change, that's when we sit in silent contemplation, and that's when we reflect. And what can be a better example than this pandemic, which we all are going through? It is one challenging situation which none of us had expected or anticipated, but now we all are braving through it. And those who are not is only because they are not accepting the fact that it is a new reality, it is something which we'll have to live with. So why not deal it in a better way? Why not come up with innovative ideas instead of just thinking that why is it happening? So the best way is, what is the best you can do in the given situation? So definitely, life is not a bed of roses. It will never be. Life will throw challenges at us. It will put us in difficult situations, but it's about how we tackle it, how we deal with it. And as I said, the first and the very important thing is acknowledge your feelings, have that acceptance, talk it out. Either make pen and paper your best friend and just write it out, vent it out, and then later you can just burn it, tear it, flush it, do whatever you want to do with it. Or you can just confide in your friend or someone who is trustworthy, and then ultimately take action, which is really, really important and crucial. Because unless we take action, we go out and we face the situation, we do what is required to do to bring in the change. Until and unless we do that, then everything is lost. So yes, it's not those easy moments which will build a hero out of us, or the ideal we that we want to be. It is always when we face our storms and difficulties with our head held high and with that courage that we bring out the best in us. And since we all are going through a challenging time, a tough time right now, so I think it's really relevant, and that is why I wanted to talk about it today. That just accept, talk, and then take action and get going. That's the best thing we can do. So I hope you guys found it useful. And if there is anything else, any other topic, any other thing which you all would want me to talk about, please drop in the comments, and I'll definitely take it up the next time I go live. Till then, everyone, bye bye. Keep smiling, keep shining. We will meet again.